will act as a first aid treatment for the fire. It cannot rouse any major fire. The fire which can be controlled within 3 minutes. To handle the 3 minutes, you have your fire extinguishers. All your extinguishers acts only as a first aid treatment for the fire. If it is not rouse the fire with an extinguisher, next is you will have an alarm sound. As and when you hear the alarm, from there we will be having only 3.5 minutes. So you are supposed to start evacuating. As and when you hear the alarm, there is no other choice, no other thing, no other second thought. As and when you hear the alarm, just evacuate the building. Okay, for your information, at your building, you have 4 staircases. Normal entry, exit 1 and 3 emergency exit. Whichever the near exit, you are supposed to come, and you are not supposed to go to the basement level. Never ever go to the basement, because basement is a hazardous area. Never ever go to the basement level. Evacuate only through the ground level and assemble this area. This area, what we call it as safe assembly area. What is the concept of this is, if you assemble at one common station, we'll come to know how much people were there and how much have been stuck up. And what is the ideal positioning of a safe assembly area is, it should be always at 10 meters away from the building, near to the main exit. Because of the heat, if the building starts collapsing, where I am standing, it should be a safer zone. That is the whole idea of this. Okay, you need all this. If the fire is not controlled, next, for a major thing, the fourth system what you have is called as fire hydrant system. So as when you open any wall, water can be jetted to any corner of your building. And the fifth one, you have an automized system for your fire hazardous areas. In your building, fire hazardous area is your basement area. If your basement is caught with the fire, nobody can access because of the extreme heat. From there, we have a automized system, what we call it as sprinkler. As and when the temperature rises to 68 degrees, automatically bulb will get burst and pour a water. Wow. These are the 5 systems which have been incorporated in your building for your safety, and all these 5 systems will assure you that is working, and all this has been, you have a team which will be guiding, and they will be aware of the handling of this. If all this exhausted, in some time it may fail also. In that type of a scenario, how to overcome that? Because one shift you will be working more than around 1,000 people. If somebody has been stuck up and there is no way to come out, so we have some rescue techniques where we have guided to your ERT members, so they will be. After the fire, the next scenario, what happens to the building is, the entire area will be covered with the smoke. Rather than the fire, smoke is very dangerous. In event of, if you are stuck up in a smoke covered area, and if there is nobody to rescue, you have been stuck up in a floor level, I want to evacuate. So what is the remedy? One handkerchief of yours can save one life. Because so many in a fire in the smoke covered areas, you have seen. If I want to go the first tragical incident, what happened in Bangalore, that is the Content Towers, 12 years past, near Old Airport Road, which caused 9 lives. Initially there was a fire. Afterwards, the entire area was covered in the smoke. In a smoke covered area, what the chemical reaction happens is, what we breathe, the oxygen comes down and the carbon monoxide level will be up. If you move oppositely, never ever you cannot evacuate. In that type of a scenario, one handkerchief of yours can save one life. One of your ERT will demonstrate on the same. Take out your handkerchief, dip in the water, impossible, and you are supposed to crawl. Yeah. This is the best rescue technique. In event of, if there is no any remedy to rescue you people, and you may ask me, what are the guidelines to go out? For that reason only, at your floor level, your people have incorporated these self-glowing signages. A man running with an arrow direction. Up to corridors you have this. If a person is not fainted, he can crawl and come. If a person is fully fainted in a smoke-covered area, how to rescue that challenge? So we have a remedy on that also. We have a method called as smoke room drive. Okay.
अभी
if a person is fully fainted,
he is scared only now.
So we have a remedy on that, and the beauty of this rescue techniques is without any equipment. If this person is fully fainted, how to rescue him? This person is fully fainted in a smoke-covered area. How to rescue this challenge? One office bag of yours, one handkerchief of yours can save one life. One of our ERT will show you on the same. Yeah. Again he is going to a smoke covered area. Again he is supposed to crawl. Yeah. Crawl. Here 5-10% is more active. Huh? So take out your office bag. Just try the 2 hands. Drag it. Okay. This is. And my dear friends, this is only limited up to corridors. Don't try on the staircase, huh? So this fire fellow came. Ever you are not supposed to try on the staircase. And 100 times will tell you are not supposed to run for your life. But people cautious in their life. They will be running. So if a person is coming from the staircase, if immediately little bit water, if he steps on the thing, if he injured with a leg or a hand, how to pull a person who is injured with a leg or a hand? I don't have a wheelchair or a stretcher. So we have a remedy of that also. We have a method called as 2-hand seating. Make the 2 hands firmly and make the casualty to sit. 2-hand seating. With this physique, we can live with the 2 hands. Correct, ma'am? This physique, we can live with the 2 hands. Shadi hola? Shadi. No.
दो शादी
So he is maintaining his physique. After marriage, family pack. If the person is heftier, how to lift it? So we have a remedy on that also. We have a method called as 3-hand seating. Three-hand seating. 3-hand seating. Okay, if the person is more heftier, we cannot leave them also. We have a method called as 4-hand seating. So my people will demonstrate 2-hand, 3-hand, 4-hand. Depends on the physique we are supposed to lift. And 100 times will tell, do not get panic. But people in their thing, they'll get panic. In normal circumstances, if a person is, if you tell fire, they'll get fainted. How to lift a person in a normal scenario if a person is fainted? So we have a remedy called as piggyback method. Just take the fainted person to a nearby wall side. Take the 2 hands. Tie the 2 hands. Why we are supposed to tie is, if this physique is more, there may be chance of reversing. If you tie, it will give a locking thing. Just tie the 2 hands and lift it. Piggyback method. And you cannot lift, everybody like this. If you have at your floor level any physically challenged or a carrying lady, we have a method called as reverse piggyback method. Reverse piggyback method. In all the aspects we have covered. This was involved with the 2 or 3 people. You alone, you are getting the building. Accidentally the fire is on you. What to do? Go and catch somebody. Huh? Okay, in that moment, we have a method called as stop, drop, roll. Just stop where you got with the fire, cover your face, drop on the floor and roll. If you roll, what happens? Oxygen will be compressed, automatically the fire will be put out. These are the best rescue techniques in the event of delay or a failure of an outside agencies like fire brigade. That has been guided to your ERT members. So please, as and when you notify any undue incident at your premises, just inform to the ERT members. So for generation of fire, you require basic 3 elements. That is fuel, oxygen and heat. So in your facility, the main core reason for the occurrence of the fire is short circuits. To avoid the short circuits, so we have multiple fire extinguishers at your premises. So for generation of fire, the basic elements are, one is fuel, that is it may be wood, paper, your cable or anything. Second one is oxygen and the third one is heat. Combination of these 3 elements only the fire will generate. So for that, So to extinguish that, we have 5 types of fire or 5 classifications of fire in India. A stands for your solid fire. Solid fire in the sense after burn which will be turned into ashes, like wood, paper, like that commodities. B stands for your liquid, that is your petroleum products, petrol, diesel, kerosene. C stands for your gaseous, that is your gases. D stands for your metal, and E stands for your electrical. And all the extinguishers, in all the extinguishers, there will be a marking written. So, in all the extinguishers, there will be a marking written. While using any extinguishers, check the marking. Use the appropriate extinguisher to the appropriate fire. Because if you use a wrong extinguisher or a wrong fire, it may cause your life. For that reason, before usage of any extinguishers, please check the marking. At your floor levels, you have 2 varieties. This is one variety. What is a modern day fire extinguishers? We call it as multi-purpose. On that extinguisher, there will be marking written as A, B, C. A stands for solid, B stands for your liquid, C stands for gaseous. If this three is covered, other 2 optional classification, that is D metal, E electrical. All 5 categories can be covered with one single fire extinguisher at your premises, and this contains a powder called as MAP, MAP, mono ammonium phosphate powder with a nitrogen gas pressurized. What is the advantage of this is, it's a multi-purpose, and one more advantage is, you have a visuality here. You have a pressure indicator that will indicate whether cylinder works or not. If the gauge is showing in green, it is good workable condition. To your right, it is over pressure, and to your left, it is empty. So that is the advantage. And for all your common areas, you can use this type of an extinguisher. And at your other sophisticated areas, in your office, sophisticated areas are your server rooms, your hub rooms, your panels, everything. For that, you have a second variety of fire extinguisher, that is what you call it as CO2 based fire extinguisher. And in all the flats, you have this type of an extinguishers now. This contains a byproduct of sugarcane, a molasses, where we use in your Pepsi, Coca-Cola bottle. When you open, the gas will come down. The same gas will be here, and this will have only a gas. And for any sophisticated equipment, use this fire extinguisher. This have a marking written as BC. B stands for your liquid, C stands for your gaseous. Any extinguisher have a marking written as BC, can be acted on 4 categories of fire, that is liquid, gas, metal and electrical. 4 categories can be used with this, and the first advantage is how much you require, you can use and stop. That is the first advantage. Second advantage, it will not leave any residue. Why I am specifically telling that on sophisticated equipment is, if you apply a powder, powder will definitely put out the fire, but it will not save the material. But in this case, only the gas will come and your product will be saved. That is the second advantage. And the third advantage in this is, this rotates 360 degree. If your fall ceiling is caught with a fire, you can operate on this. That is the advantage in this type of a fire extinguisher. First is stoppable basis. Second one, it will not leave any residue. Third one, it has a 360 degree motion. So this can be catered for 4 categories of fire, that is liquid, gas, metal and electrical. So as and when you notify a fire, you use an extinguisher. If it is not put out, just buzz an alarm and start evacuating the building. Rest challenges will be taken by your ERT members. You did all this. Rescue operation also happened. Some more has been struck up with, then they are supposed to rely only on the expertise, that is our fire brigade. So the fire brigade number is 101. In India, the fire brigade number is 101, and for calling a fire brigade, there is a procedure. First, you should intimate your name, contact number, location, landmark, and most important thing is source of fire. Source of the fire in the sense, what type of material is bringing. Because it's pertaining to Bangalore, we have only 20 fire brigade stations. If you give a proper data, they can come to your premises sooner. That is the advantage of that. So please inform them properly. Name, contact number, location, landmark, and most important thing is source of fire. Okay, and for this premises, the MG Road is the nearest fire station, and all the floor levels, you have a fire escape route plan. In that right side column, which is your nearest fire station, nearest police station, which is the hospital, and internally whom to contact. In all the floors level, it has been displayed. And please utilize in this kind of emergencies. Apart from this, the fire will not happen only in our premises. Next to my flat, there may be some emergency. How to handle that? So we should be aware of some important numbers. Definitely it will be very helpful to you people in such of emergencies. 100 stands for police. 101 fire. 102 ambulance. 103 stands for petroleum police. In Bangalore we call it as Hoysala. 104 traffic police, 1062. We call it as Sanjeevani ambulance. What is the difference between your regular ambulance and Sanjeevani ambulance is Sanjeevani ambulance will come to your premises, treat the casualty. If required, they are carried to the hospital. That is 1062. After Mumbai terrorist attack, Government of India introduced two important bodies in all its state government. That is 1090 and 108. 1090 stands for ATS, Anti-Terrorist Squad. If any terrorist attack happens, the commando will come. That is 1090, and 108 stands for EMRI, Emergency Management Research Institute. This vehicle will be stationed in that particular area police station 24/7, 365 days. What is the special feature of this is, this coordinate with the three bodies. Who are the three? Assume that there is a fire at your premises. We require the support of three. Who are the three? First is police. Police to fire. What is the relation? Human tendency, crowd will be accumulating. For clearing a crowd, I require support of police. If any casualty, I require support of ambulance. And for clearing a fire, I require support of fire brigade. All the three people will be coordinated by single fellow, that is 108. And all these numbers have been preloaded in your phone. There is no need for any saving or anything. Utilize these numbers in case of any emergency, and this can be accessed in case of any emergency. Without a network you can access, without a SIM card in your phone you can access. Anywhere if you are trapped, these numbers will be with you people. And the team which I have a orange color cap has been guided in all this. So I request everybody's support in case of, because in fire thing, collective effort only can save the property and the lives. Okay, so finally we have left out of the usage of the fire extinguishers. How to use this fire extinguishers? We will be putting a mock fire. I request some volunteers.